Hello students, welcome back to my channel. Today our topic is class 12's vector algebra chapters, vector product or cross product. Already we have done up to previous all the topics of vectors. So if you want to check it, you can go to the description box, links will be given over there. So let's start today's video. Vector product or cross product, we need two vectors for that. So suppose two vectors A vector and B vector. Okay, two non-zero vectors A vector and B vector. Their vector product will be defined as A vector cross B vector. This is the notation. A vector cross B vector is equals to mod A vector, modulus of A vector into modulus of B vector into sin theta into n cap. Sin theta into n cap. Now theta is the angle, okay, angle between A and B. And for just understanding n, we need to draw a line. I have a scale here. So okay, so this side and this side, this is suppose O. This vector is A vector, this vector is B vector. From A to B, this is theta, the angle is theta, and the angle is theta, and this side unit vector is n cap and this side's unit vector is minus n cap. Okay, now this theta will be 0 less equals to theta less equals to pi. Okay, this is theta's range, 0 less equals to theta less equals to pi. Now this way, this is called right-handed system, right-handed screw system. Okay, right-handed screw system means that A and B are in one plane. Then when you are taking A cross B, that means it's cross products from A to B. Then the cross product, that means the result, this is the vector A cross B. Okay, the vector will be, means the result will be perpendicular to both the given vectors, means A cross B will make a mutual perpendicular system with A and B. N cap is the unit vector along A cross B. Okay, so just by the notation you can understand that why this product is called vector product, because its result is a vector. Means in dot product you all have learned that dot product's result is a scalar, that's why it is called scalar product. But in vector, means cross product's result is a vector itself, that's why its name is the vector product. Okay, so this is a right-handed screw system where if you are going from A to B and taking its cross product, then you will get A cross B perpendicular to A and B both and going like this. Or you can just, I'm giving you one very simple example. Suppose this is a, I don't have bottle now here, so I'm just doing like this. If you are not like this, suppose this is a screw system or a bottle, normal bottle. So if you are doing like this, then the bottle is supposed to come out, bottle, the cap of the bottle should come out, right? And if you are doing like this, then cap of the bottle should be tightened. So this is called a right-handed screw system. Okay, if you are using your right hand, then you are just rotating it anti-clockwise. Look, this is anti-clockwise direction. Anti-clockwise direction will give you the upward result. That means it is being opened. And clockwise direction, that means like this, when you are doing like this, the cap is going to be closed. That means it is downward direction. So if we are taking B cross A cross B we have got in this way upward. That means B cross A obviously will be downward. Okay, so this will be the direction of B cross A and its unit vector will be minus n cap. Simple. Okay. Now there are many observations. So let me write down first the observation, then I am just coming back in few seconds. So students, I have already written 4 observations here. There are many other observations also. So let me finish making you understand this. Number 1 observation, that for A cross B, if any one of A or B is coming as 0 vector, then A cross B is undefined, and in this case we take A vector cross B vector equals to 0 vector. Okay, because this is trivial case, so that's why we take it as 0 vector. Number 2, suppose A cross B vector equals to 0 vector for 2 non-zero vectors A and B. If 2 non-zero vectors, this is for either one 0, but for here we got both the vectors non-zero. Then non-zero vectors, and along with that we have got this condition A cross B vector equals to 0 vector. Then it is implies and implied by A vector is parallel to B vector or they are collinear. That means they can be in one line or they are just simply parallel to each other. Previously when we got A dot B equals to 0, we got A perpendicular to B vector. Here it will be opposite. A will be parallel to B vector or they are collinear. Number 3, if both are the same vector. So here you can see A vector into A vector equals to 0 vector. Why 0 vector? Because A vector into A vector, from the definition we know this modulus of A, modulus of A. Now sin theta, now both the vectors are same, that means theta will be 0 automatically. So sin 0 n cap. Now sin 0 degree is always 0. So 0 gives us nothing, so ultimately 0 vector. That means A vector cross A vector equals to 0 vector. And A vector cross minus A vector is also 0 vector, because A vector and minus A vectors, this theta will be pi. Okay, so sin pi is again 0. That means that value also will be 0 vector. Number 4, if the between angle theta means angle between A and B, theta is equals to pi by 2. That means if A and B are perpendicular to each other, then we can get this. Okay, perpendicular to each other, that means sin pi by 2, we will get sin pi by 2 means 1, sin 90. So that means 1. Now if we are taking modulus of both sides, then mod n cap will become 1, because it's ultimately unit vector and modulus of unit vector is always 1 unit. So it is means there is not such importance for writing mod n, because that becomes 1. So ultimately we are getting modulus of A vector cross B vector is equals to mod of A vector into mod of B vector. Don't forget to put this modulus sign here, because the right side is a scalar. So if you are not putting this modulus sign, then left hand side will be a vector and right hand side will be a scalar. That will be a mess. Okay, so you have to avoid that, because in vector algebra is really very simple, yet very means it requires too much concentration while you are writing it. Okay, so let me erase this and write another 4 or 3 observations. Okay. So I have written another 4 observations for you for vector product. Now look, number 5, I cross I means both are same vectors. So same vectors cross product always will be 0 vector. So I cross I, j cross j, k cross k equals to 0 vector, because just in last two, that means 3 and 4 number of observations we have discussed it. Then I cross j equals to k cap. How it comes? You think about the system like this. This is z axis, okay, and this is x axis suppose, and this is y axis. So this side is I, this is I cap, this is j cap, and this one is k cap. You all know that this is 90 degree, right? This is 90 degree. Now look, if we take I cross j, just by the definition, I cross j, definition only, I cross j is equals to mod I into mod j into sine theta, means sine pi by 2 here, sine pi by 2, and then mod n cap, sorry, not mod, only n cap. Now this n cap is the unit vector in this perpendicular direction, and already we know if this is k cap. That means in place of n cap we can write k cap. These two are 1 because unit vector's modulus will be 1. Sine pi by 2 is also 1. So what is left? We are left with k cap. That means I cap cross j cap is equals to k cap. Similarly, j cross k equals to I cap, k cross I equals to j cap, just in a cyclic mode. Then number 6, if we take modulus of both sides, in the definition, then we will be getting left hand side as modulus of a cross b is equals to mod a into mod b into sine theta, and then you can take sine theta also modulus, I haven't written it. Then mod n cap will give you 1 because it is unit vector's modulus, it will give you 1. So there is no importance for writing it. Then we have got this equation, that is sine theta is equals to modulus of a cross b divided by mod of a vector into mod of b vector. Okay, so this is sine theta formula. Already we have got one cos theta formula from cross product. Now we can now we have got sine theta, means another formula for finding angle between A and B. Okay, coming to number 7 observation. Number 7 observation is A cross B, that means cross product of vectors, is not commutative. So A cross B is not equals to B cross A. In this also you can see that I cross j is equals to k cap, but if we take j cross I, then we will get minus k cap because this is the downward direction. Okay, so we can say that A cross B is equals to minus of B cross A. Very simple. Just based on this or this figure, you can say we can get these values, right? J cross I will be minus k, k cross j will be minus I, and I cross k will be minus j. So these are 8 observations. There are 2 more observations. So let me write it down here and erase it. So I'm coming within few seconds. So number 9 observation, you can see I have drawn a triangle whose base is AB and the altitude is CD. Base vector is B vector, AC vector is A vector, angle between them is theta. then just by applying trigonometry we can have CD is equals to mod A vector sine theta, because AC is mod A vector. So CD is AC sine theta. AC sine theta means mod A vector sine theta. We are going to find out area of the triangle. Okay, area of the triangle ABC. We all know normally from mensuration that half into base, that means AB, into height, that is CD, right? Half into base into height. Now, what is AB? AB is B vector here, that means mod B vector. So, half into mod B vector. Then, I am not writing this into signs now because I am introducing vectors notations. That's why I am just omitting any into, means cross sign or dot sign. Then CD just we have got that mod A sine theta. Okay, mod A sine theta. Now we all know that this part is actually mod of A cross B, this part. That means half in, not into, half into mod of A cross B. This is the vector formula for finding area of a triangle. That means A and B must be two adjacent sides and co-initial vectors. So co-initial vectors, if two vectors we are getting as A and B, two co-initial vectors, then area of the triangle will be half mod of A cross B. Coming to the next observation, that is number 10 observation. And number 10 observation, you can see from the figure, this is a parallelogram. The parallelogram's name is ABCD and its altitude is D. I have drawn here. This is obviously 90 degree. Now we all know that parallelogram's area is equals to base into height, not half into base into height. Half into base into height is for triangle. Only base into height. Base means AB and height means DE. Now from this right triangle and applying trigonometry, we can say that DE is equals to mod A sine theta, AB is equals to mod B, DE is equals to mod A sine theta. Again we have got this is actually modulus of A cross B. That means area of a parallelogram in vector formula is mod of A cross B. Area of a triangle is half of A cross B. Area of a parallelogram is A cross B. Again I am saying A and B are two adjacent sides co-initial vectors. Okay, co-initial vectors. Coming to next, not observation, this is next one is property. That is distributive law. Now distributive law, that is the distributive law of cross product over addition. That is A cross B plus C is equals to A cross B plus A cross C. This is simple. This is number 1. Number 2, that is lambda of A cross B is equals to lambda A cross B, like this. It can be written. Okay. Now we have got this. Next one is our calculative way for finding vector product of two vectors. Okay, think about, suppose A vector is given as A1I plus A2J plus A3K and B vector is equals to B1I plus B2J plus B3K. Okay, then A cross B can be calculated if the vectors, all scalar components, vector components are given in this type of format. Okay, then we can find out A cross B with determinant. Okay, I, j, k, and then scalar components of the first vector. Scalar component of the first vector, a1, a2, a3. Then scalar component of second vector b1, b2, b3. And when you will be expanding the determinant, you will get the formula of A cross B. Okay, so this is the formula, means calculative formula of A cross B when you have the vectors in component form. Okay, so this is all about today's session, students. I hope you all have understood it. And the exercise related to cross product now also can be done by you. It's very simple. So we will meet in the next video with any other topic. Till then, have a good day.